All right, hello everybody. KVU Chief Meteorologist Hunter Williams here with a quick Monday evening update on our forecast. It's kind of a quiet but cool start to the week. We get into some very small rain chances tomorrow night into Wednesday. But really the big headline of our forecast, and maybe the thing that you guys have already started to hear some rumors about, it's a big cold front which is going to get here this upcoming weekend. I know we just came off of last week, which was very winter-like here across Texas, but this shot of cold air, which will be here by this upcoming Sunday, looks even colder than the weather that we had last week. A lot of folks also wondering, does this mean snow or wintry precipitation? We'll get into all of those details coming up here in one moment. Let's, in the meantime, though, kind of start with what's going on right now. It's chilly outside tonight, and parts of our area will drop down to a freeze tonight. It's 35 right now at the airport, Camp Mabry, 45 degrees. So I do think in town for Austin, it will stay just above freezing. Likewise for most areas along and east of I-35, temperatures dropping mainly into the mid-30s by tomorrow morning. However, look at some of these numbers across the hill country. Llano goes down to 28 tonight, a freeze. 29 in Fredericksburg, Johnson City, Blanco in the low 30s, but under freezing. Here's a closer look at the metro in the I-35 corridor. Again, I think a good chunk of Travis County stays just barely above, but many parts of Williamson County, Round Rock and Taylor and Georgetown and Leander do drop down to a light freeze. It's going to be mainly mid-30s over Hayes County to start your Tuesday morning. As we go through the day on Tuesday, cloud cover kind of increases through the day. So we start, it's going to be kind of high, thin clouds, but then that cloud cover thickens up, and I think we end up by mid to late afternoon with just a straight up overcast sky. And that's going to help keep temperatures very similar to what we had today for tomorrow. So 56 degrees in Austin, 58 in Bastrop, Lockhart 57, San Marcos 57. It's going to be mid to upper 50s all across our KVU area. What about the chance for rain? Again, we do get into a small rain chance for tomorrow night and then into Wednesday. I do think most of the daytime hours of your Tuesday, though, still look mainly dry. So here's the morning tomorrow, 8 a.m. Again, kind of thin, mid, and high-level clouds. But as we go into the afternoon, cloud cover thickens up. It's going to help keep our high temperatures pretty cool, only in the 50s. Then as soon as we get into dinner time in the evening, we've got a little weak system coming in, and that's going to give us some of these light showers and some patchy areas of drizzle. This is 9 o'clock on Tuesday. Drizzle, damp weather continues overnight and into Wednesday morning. Temperatures will be in the 40s to start Wednesday. Certainly not raining all day on Wednesday, but it's just kind of cloudy, damp at times, and pretty cool on Wednesday. High temperatures will only be in the 50s, then cloud cover and this damp weather is going to move out, and we briefly at least are going to trend warmer as we go Thursday, Friday into Saturday, waiting on this big Arctic cold front. Speaking of, here's our weekend forecast. It's going to be one of those weekends where if you don't check the forecast at all, you'll be walking around on Saturday saying, wow, this is really nice, and then on Sunday you'll say, what happened to our nice weather? 69 is what we have in the forecast for Saturday. We actually have an initial little wind shift that will happen by the morning on Saturday, so that will switch us to a northwest wind. It's not going to be cold yet, though. And then I think the real deal cold front is going to move through Saturday night into early Sunday. So by Sunday morning, we're down at 34. It's still mostly sunny, no precipitation at all as the front comes in, but it is windy and much, much colder. High temperature, only 47 on Sunday. And I think the coldest weather of this pattern is probably still not going to come until early next week. I'm watching Monday and Tuesday especially. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. I don't think you need to be a meteorologist to dissect this. A lot of dark blue across the lower 38. That is just about the top of the scale and near certainty of below average temperatures. And obviously that extends down into the Lone Star State. This 6 to 10 day outlook goes January 19th through the 23rd. So that would be Sunday into the first half of next week. Again, Sunday is when we start to feel the impacts. And I think that continues at least into Monday and Tuesday of next week. We'll see. It's possible it could stick around even longer than that, but it's at least going to be a 3-day stretch or so of pretty cold weather. What about rain or snow or freezing rain or any sort of wintry precipitation? Here's our 6 to 10 day precip outlook. Notice at the same time that our big cold front gets here, it does highlight at least slightly above normal precipitation. The model runs the past couple of days Really, I would say a few days ago, they were more aggressive in showing some sort of potential. It would likely come if we were to see it on either Monday or Tuesday of next week. Past model runs were more aggressive in showing what likely would have been some snow for us. The model data that we've been looking at today and yesterday, though, has kind of backed off on that potential. Again, they're saying, hey, it's going to get cold. It just looks mainly dry. The models are probably going to flip-flop on this 100 more times between now and early next week. Is it possible there could be some wintry precipitation? Sure, but it is certainly not a certainty, and it's just not something that we can lock in right now. So here are kind of the headlines that we can tell you what we do have in the forecast for this big cold snap. I do think this is going to be our coldest air so far of the season, and by that I mean colder than the weather that we had last week. Arctic front with the Arctic air mass getting here by this upcoming Sunday, that is January 19th. What we do have in the forecast is several very cold mornings. We're talking like hard freezes, lows in the teens to low 20s. As I mentioned, it's still too early to know if wintry precipitation will be a problem here in our KVU area. As of now, I would say it's a pretty low threat. I think we're going to be cold enough. I don't think it's going to be because we're lacking cold air and it's going to be, cold rain like what we had with our system last week. I just don't know that we're going to have the moisture at all that's going to sync up with this cold weather. Again, are things going to change in the coming days? Almost certainly. So I'm not ruling it out. I'm not saying it's definitely not going to snow. It's just too early to know if everything's going to sync up for us to have any sort of wintry weather issues. Now, I do want to give you a snapshot. This is just straight up model data. So will these numbers trend up or trend down? Will they fluctuate a little bit in the coming days? They will. But this is just one model's take on Monday morning of next week. 7 a.m., 19 degrees in Austin. According to this model, this is the European model, it's got widespread mid to upper teens and even the warmer pockets that would be in the low 20s. So this is the type of cold weather that I think is very possible with this cold snap, which is coming in. Again, it arrives over the weekend and it's going to continue into the first half of next week. Unrelated to cold weather, tonight is the full wolf moon, and you can also see Mars tonight in the sky. So a lot of cool space stuff going on. Just want to remind you, full wolf moon going on tonight. The wolf moon, that's just the unofficial name for January's full moon. Tonight, still chilly, 35. Not down to a freeze in central Austin, but Wilco and then especially areas out in the hill country, I do expect a light freeze tonight. Here's tomorrow's forecast, 56, mostly cloudy. There's a 10% chance for a shower. I think that's going to go up to more like a 20 to 30% for the evening tomorrow, but most of the daytime hours tomorrow where you'll be out and about will be dry. All right, so here is our 7-day forecast, and on the tail end of it, you're going to start to see the imprint of this Arctic air. In the meantime, tomorrow morning, 35, 56 tomorrow afternoon, mostly cloudy. Wednesday, cloudy through the day. There's going to be some damp weather, not heavy rain, not storms, but some drizzle, some light showers. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that midweek system moves out. We're going to be trending, at least briefly, for a couple of days, much warmer. 61 on Thursday, Friday 67. Then as we go into Saturday, we're close to 70. Pretty amazing. And then our cold front's going to get here. So by Sunday morning, I have us at 34. Again, no precipitation as the front moves through. 47 for the afternoon high on Sunday. Monday morning, 23 in Austin, teens outside of the city, partly cloudy, breezy, cold through the day, high temperature of only 41. I think that Tuesday morning of next week is probably going to bring our coldest weather. Obviously, that's just beyond our 7-day forecast, but think teens, low 20s, widespread for morning lows and afternoon highs on Tuesday. That could end up only in the 30s. Again, as of now, I've got us completely dry Monday. If I had to make a forecast now for Tuesday, I would say it's mainly dry. The 2 days that I'm especially watching next week, if, not a guarantee, but if we were to have snow or any sort of wintry issues, it would be Monday and Tuesday of next week. But as of now, I think it's going to get really cold, but it looks mainly dry. Of course, that could change, so we will keep you updated if that is, in fact, the case. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. We'll be doing frequent updates on this. This is not the last you'll hear about this cold snap. We'll keep you updated over the next couple of days here at KVU. By the way, coming up after the NFL game on ABC, our full newscast tonight at 10 o'clock is about an hour from now. Y'all have a good night, and we will talk to you later.